Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, which is entitled as Sannyasa Yoga. Sloka 35. Yayā svapnaṁ bhayaṁ śokaṁ viṣādaṁ madameva ca na vimuñcati durmedhā dhṛtiḥ pārtha tāmasī. Pārtha, O son of Pṛthā, yayā, by which determination, svapnaṁ, dreaming, madham, arrogance arising from sensual indulgence, śokaṁ, viṣādaṁ, bhayaṁ, sorrow, moroseness, fear relating to object causing these, mana-prana indriya kriyaha. This is not in the sloka but we derive from the previous slokas. The activities of the mind, vital airs, the organs. Durmedhā, an evil-minded person. Medhā means intelligence, knowledge. Sumedhā means good intelligence, good-minded person. Durmedhā means evil-minded person, who doesn't have a good intelligence, good knowledge. Na vimuñcati, does not give up. This term was not used for sattviki dhṛtiḥ or rajasi dhṛtiḥ, though they also do not give up their firmness, their determination. The sattviki dhṛtiḥ person is firm to achieve moksha, the Lord. The rajasic dhṛtiḥ person is firm to attain dharma, artha, kama. Both of them do not give up. But that was not explicitly called out in the previous two slokas when we learnt about sattviki dhṛtiḥ and rajasi dhṛtiḥ. But here it has been specifically mentioned, na vimuñcati, does not give up. What is that he doesn't give up? Svapna, madham, śokaṁ, viṣādaṁ, bhayaṁ. Sleep, arrogance, sorrow, moroseness, fear. One may ask, how can anyone be firm, having determination towards these things? How can one be firm in having sorrow, moroseness and fear? No one would continue to remain in that state of being sorrowful, morose and fearful. The answer is, this person took up some activity and which produces sorrow, morose and fear. Now he doesn't know how to get out of that action, whatever he has taken up. Like a person holding on to a tiger's tail but doesn't know how to get released himself from that clutches. In this regard, there is a story that's been said. A disciple went to Guru enquiring how he can become more devoted to God and attain moksha, as he has a lot of things going on in his life, his business, his family, relatives, friends, etc. The Guru told him to come the next day to get answer. When the disciple came the next day, he saw something weird. He saw the Guru was holding tight to a tree and reaching out for help to get released. And the disciple was wondering, what a crazy act this is. He told Guru, you just have to release your hands off the tree to get freedom. But the Guru said, the tree is not letting him to do so. And the disciple said, it is not the tree, it is you who have to release your hands. You are the one who was holding on to the tree. Then the Guru released his hands and told the disciple, did you get the answer? It is not whatever you said earlier holding to you. It is you who are holding to all those material things. Likewise, these people are very firm when the mind, prana and indriyas goes towards sleep, goes toward madham, the illusion, arrogance, let it go rather than trying to control it. Therefore it is said, tāmasī dhṛtiḥ. Who in the world will hold to a tiger's tail? Why can't he simply give up? Why can't someone give up madhaṁ and svapnaṁ, the arrogance and sleep, bhayaṁ, morose and fear? One is unable to do so because of excessive tamoguna in that person. So the next question is, how can one get rid of tamoguna? Well, same answer whatever we saw earlier. It is through proper association, proper diet, meaning having only prasadam that's offered to Krishna, by chanting the names of Krishna and cultivating knowledge about Krishna and Krishna's instruction. Gradually one can minimize tamoguna and increase sattvaguna. When one gets sattvaguna, they get satviki dhṛtiḥ. Durmedhā na vimuñcati. It is the corrupt intellect which causes a person to pursue with those activities of the mind, the vital airs and the organs, which cause sleep, arrogance, sorrow, depression and fear. Sā dhṛtiḥ, that firmness or determination, tāmasī, is born of mode of ignorance called tāmasī dhṛtiḥ. Translation: and that determination which cannot go beyond dreaming, fearfulness, lamentation, moroseness and illusion, such unintelligent determination, O son of Pṛthā, is in the mode of darkness. The previous two, Satviki dhṛtiḥ and Rajasi dhṛtiḥ, does things out of their interest but based on the scriptures, whereas here Tāmasī dhṛtiḥ is done out of arrogance. This person allows his mind, prana and senses to be engaged in svapnaṁ. Svapna means dream. It is said out of lakshana. Actually what it means is sleep. They like to sleep most of the time or whenever they get chance. For most of the people, sleep becomes secondary, just a supporting function for them to perform other activities. For this person, other activities become secondary, sleep becomes primary. And this person is also full of illusion. Because of that, he has a lot of pride, arrogance that comes out of having good resources like child, spouse, wealth, etc. Svapnaṁ and madhaṁ are very joyful for some people. Therefore, in this verse, they are grouped together as one, and bhayaṁ, viṣādaṁ and śokaṁ is separated and kept as another group. This person focuses on those things which not to be focused. Bhayaṁ, viṣādaṁ and śokaṁ is where his focus is on. He uses his mind, prana and indriyas towards those things. Like a child, for example, wanted something. When they don't get it, they don't move on with their other activities. They stick on to that until they get it. They continue to contemplate on the same object that they did not get, and that leads the child to bhayaṁ, śokaṁ and viṣādaṁ. As we have already learned, bhayaṁ is a variation that our mind goes through. That which I don't want will come to me, happen to me. Or the state of mind when which I wanted to happen will not happen. That manobhav is said to be bhayaṁ. When that event happens, it changes into happiness or sadness. I have written an exam and waiting for the result. Now I don't want to fail in the exam. That state of mind is said to be bhayaṁ, fear. What in case if I fail? I gave an interview. I want that job. What in case if I don't get the job? That state of mind is said to be bhayaṁ, fear. But once we get the result, once we know the result of the interview, there is no more bhayaṁ. Either it produces happiness or sadness. This person doesn't understand that he doesn't have the control of the outcome of his action, but rather he focuses his mind, prana and indriya towards that, contemplating on that. Some people like to stay in that state of mind, continue to live in sadness, morose and fear. They really enjoy it. Instead of rectifying their thought process, they continue to be firm in that thought process by engaging their mind, prana and indriya, and that is said to be tāmasī dhṛtiḥ. Also, fear is generated by enmity with a more powerful person. That is done because of one's arrogance, falsely thinking oneself to be greater, but ending up having fear, bhayaṁ. Sorrow arises from destroying one's family, friends, etc., which in turn is caused by one's anger. We see sometimes person fight with their family members, brothers, parents, etc. That is due to anger, but then end up himself being in a sorrowful state. A person becomes morose, results from wasteful expenditure of one's wealth, etc. There are people who creates problem for others and puts others in miserable situation with determination to take a revenge or with some other pre-enmity. They even go to the extreme of killing someone. They create unnecessary issues within family and friends, and they get some sort of satisfaction by doing so. And they spend money to all these acts. They spend money to make this happen, thinking they are doing great thing. At the same time, they also become morose, thinking of their money getting drained. These people think no one there to control them. They can do what they wanted to. They have the full control. They are the controller. They voluntarily go and fight with someone or anyone, as we mentioned earlier, even with those whom they cannot fight with. This is all due to their tāmasī dhṛtiḥ. They are very firm in what they are doing. Again, to be clear of the question, how can a person who is afraid can be firm and pursue acts leading to fear? The answer is, he being of corrupt intellect, he doesn't have a proper intelligence, does not think of the bad consequences that would flow from these bad acts and pursues with them in a foolhardy manner. Foolhardy means thoughtlessly being bold, foolishly being bold. It's like the example that we saw earlier, thinking oneself to be brave, courage, and trying to hold tiger's tail, not foreseeing the consequence of such act, is said to be foolhardy, thoughtlessly being bold. The firmness of mind relating to a good cause is said to be courage, whereas firmness related to undesirable matter is not courage, it's said to be foolhardiness. To conclude this section on dhṛtiḥ, that determination of mind which one maintains the activities of the mind, the vital airs and the organs continuously without any deviation, but contemplating on God to attain his lotus feet is said to be sattvic dhṛtiḥ. Having intense desire for a result, fruitive result, with attachment towards righteousness, material possessions and worldly enjoyment, that is dharma, artha and kama, the firmness with which a person continuously pursue as the means the activities of the mind, the vital air, and the organ is said to be rajasic dhṛtiḥ. And lastly, the firmness of mind by which a person diligently pursues the activities of the mind, the vital airs, and the organs, leading to sleep and arrogance arising from material enjoyments, as also causing sorrow, despondency, and fear, is said to be tāmasī dhṛtiḥ. All these things that's been discussed, elaborated so far, is all sadhanas, the practices, which will end up in sadhyam, something. That something which is common to all is happiness, śokaṁ. In the next 4 slokas, Krishna is going to explain about happiness. 36 sloka, an introduction to what happiness is. 37 sloka, happiness in mode of goodness. 38 sloka, happiness in mode of passion. And 39 sloka, happiness in mode of ignorance. Yayā svapnaṁ bhayaṁ śokaṁ viṣādaṁ madameva ca na vimuñcati durmedhā dhṛtiḥ pārtha tāmasī. Namaste. Hare Krishna.